Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be talking about oils and why we should be cooking without oils, and if we must consume oils, then which ones to consume and what is the best way to consume them. In my previous video I briefly talked about the importance of fats and that we should not be on a totally fat-free diet. We do need 5 to 10% of fats in our diet, and the best way to consume them is through nuts and seeds and avocados. And the previous video explains what is the best way to consume them. But there are times when you might still want to include oils in your diet and we cannot totally avoid them. So in this video I would like to let you know that if you do need to include oils, then which ones to include and how to include. To start with, what I'd like to explain here briefly is that all oils are made up of fats, and fats are in turn made up of fatty acids, and fatty acids are of three kinds. That is the saturated ones, which are pretty stable, and then we have monounsaturated ones and polyunsaturated ones. Polyunsaturated fatty acids are very highly unstable, and monounsaturated fatty acids are comparatively less unstable, and so they come somewhere in between the saturated and polyunsaturated ones in terms of their stability. And what I mean by being stable or unstable is that when they are exposed to heat or light or oxygen, then the ones that are unstable, their chemical composition changes. So most oils that we are consuming these days that are commercially available, and like sunflower oil, canola oil, safflower oils, these are all commercially available at very cheap prices, and supermarkets are loaded with them, and that's what everybody is using these days to prepare their food. All of these are made from polyunsaturated or the very unstable oils, and to make them suitable for cooking at high temperature and to also increase their shelf lives, companies make them go through a lot of different processes. So when they are industrially processed, their chemical composition changes and they are actually very toxic for our body. Have you ever noticed this black layer settled in your kitchen? Even if you clean it every few months, you will notice a black layer on exhaust fans or on your ceiling fans, on the kitchen walls, kitchen chimney. So all this is coming from these toxic oils because you're cooking food in them and you're heating them again. And that same thing is happening inside your bodies as well. So I would highly recommend not to cook with oil. It is very easy to prepare any meal without using any oils. I've shared a few recipes on my channel. I share a lot of recipes on my Instagram. Then there are so many amazing recipes on Sharon's website. I'll leave a link to that below in the description box. And you can just prepare your food without using any oils. But I understand that there are times when you might feel the need of oil. You might feel your skin or your joints are very dry, or you're hearing that cracking sound and you just want to include some oil in your diet. It's okay, I'm not totally against oils, but if you want to include some oils, firstly you should not have a lot of it. Just a few spoons, 2-3 teaspoons of oils in a day is more than enough. And so one thing is the quantity of oil you are using. Second is which kind of oil you are using and how you are using it. So the best way to include oils in your diet is using organic and cold pressed oils, because the ones that are industrially processed, their chemical composition has totally changed and become toxic. So when you are using organic cold pressed oils, they are processed in a way that their chemical composition has not changed and they are still quite healthy for your body to consume. Here is a list of all the oils that are ideal and you can consume them on regular basis. You still don't need them every day if you are taking your fats from nuts and seeds, but now and then if you want to include them in your diet, these are some good options. And like I mentioned, the best way to consume oils is in their raw and organic form. So once you've got one of these oils, you can make delicious salad dressings with them. Or you can, once you've prepared your meal, after you switched off the stove and let it cool a little bit, let your food come to like a lukewarm temperature, then you can add these oils to your food. But I understand there might be times where your recipe involves cooking some oils and you just cannot avoid it. In that case, I would recommend that you consider that which oils are stable or which ones are unstable. So the ones which are highly unstable should never be cooked and only be consumed raw. So here is a list of oils and at what temperature they can still be stable. So look at this list, and the ones that are very unstable, just make sure you never cook in them. And the ones that are stable or stable at low temperatures, those are the ones you can use for cooking when you really need to. And the same list you can consider while buying your oils, because oils that are highly unstable should not be bought in plastic bottles or metal bottles, because plastic and metal leaches. So make sure you're buying your oils in glass bottles, and especially the ones that are unstable should be packed in dark colored glass bottles. And also oils like walnut, flax oil, or even hemp seed oil, all these are very highly unstable and should actually be refrigerated all the time. So if you're buying them off the shelf and not in a refrigerator, then I think that it's already gone rancid. It's better not to have it at all than having it in that state. So I hope this video was helpful and you will keep this list in mind and accordingly make informed choices and your decisions on which oils to include in your diet, and try to not ever cook them, but if you really must do, then only use the ones that are stable.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more tips or healthy recipes, follow me on Instagram and do subscribe to my YouTube channel.